Hey Siri, play some music.
Man, I've been feeling so down lately, feeling like there's no way out lately. And I know that he's not around lately, but that's not the hard part. 'Cause everything's falling apart, and my hands ain't quick enough to gather the pieces. My heart's taking beatings, my lessons repeating. I'll stay through the seasons, I stare at the ceiling and hope that I'm dreaming. I must be dreaming. Reciprocate my energy and feelings. We both have our
Hi, good morning. It has been quite a minute since we've been back in the home and getting in the groove of things. It has been a lot going on since being back from the wedding, and I have just been diving into work. And my social life has been really active since fall came around. But doesn't it always feel like that at the beginning of any season? You have fall and everyone wants to go camping and apple picking. Then you have winter and it's obviously all about the holidays and dinner parties. Spring and everyone's out for brunch and hiking, and then summer comes around and you are outside in skirts getting ice cream, and more specifically in LA, we love to do bonfires at the beach. So I feel like it's chaotic all year round. Anyways, I am really hungry. Are you hungry? Okay, let's have some breakfast. We just went grocery shopping the other day. I think we have some good selections. We are going to make a quick sweet potato breakfast hash today. Yum. It's one of my favorite things to make in the morning. I'm gonna start off by chopping up these bell peppers and onion and some garlic. Then we're gonna move on to the sweet potatoes. So now that we're back, I want to give you guys some small updates around the home. We got a new bookshelf and a new paper lantern above our dining table and a room divider. Oh, and my new orchid. I don't know if you guys can see her, but I've been kind of getting into taking care of orchids lately, but we'll see how long that lasts because orchids can get real finicky. We also have a bunch of these small little characters called Smiskies that we've been starting to collect. It started during our Japan trip, kind of started getting into these little small collector's items, but not Sonny's Angels. I haven't really gotten on that wave yet, but I really love Smiskies because they come in different themes and you can place them around the house. And our bookshelf has just really been decorated with a bunch of them. We even have Smisky toothbrush holders, which I think is really nice. I've really been trying to add small touches to our place little by little, and we still have a lot that needs to be added, like a new media console, more small lights, and using less of the big lights. But honestly, we are really happy with the progress and the things that we do have so far. Okay, so the veggies are cooking and I am currently also boiling some eggs that I'm going to add back into the bowl once it's finished. I air fried the sweet potatoes and I also washed some kale on the side, and I'm going to toss them both into the pan. And it's going to come out delicious. I am super excited. How is it?
It's yummy.
Okay, it's time to dig in. every time. Gonna try the egg now. I put everything but the bagel seasoning on it with some sriracha. So delicious. Okay, so today I will be taking you guys on another excursion of my floral design life. So excited. I know you guys have been wanting me to take you guys on another day in a life type of vlog where I take you guys with me through my process as a florist. So here we are. I came to deliver and serve. Today we have a floral order for a Korean brand called Well Done. They are based in Seoul. Not sure if any of you guys watching have heard of them, but their brand to me gives me a very unisex type of appeal with a little bit of edge and minimalism with subtle statements. And they have some really beautiful pieces, and they are having a 2-week pop-up at H. Lorenzo, which is a store in West Hollywood, and they carry a variety of designer pieces, and it's a really great concept store. The official launch party for the 2-week pop-up is tonight, and they're looking to have a pretty big arrangement for their window display, and it's going to be up for the duration of their pop-up with the refresh within those 2 weeks, and she's gonna be front and center. So I'm really excited because I love their overall vision for floral design. I feel like it's super unique and very structural, very architectural, and super artistic. They sent over a little mini pitch deck of what they have going on in their stores in Korea, and I'm really excited to build my own interpretation of all of it. Okay, so I am gonna finish this breakfast. I'm gonna straighten my hair a little bit because it looks really crazy, and get ready and head out. We rented a car today, and we are going to make our way over to the flower market. Okay guys, we are in the car and headed to flower market. I'm gonna be honest, recording at the flower market is one of my least favorite things to do, but I love you guys, so we're gonna do that. Today we are looking for all white flowers. I'm thinking about putting a pop of color in there as well with very minimal greenery. So we are going to head to the market to look for those today. It's a little bit late, it's 8:38 a.m. but I'm hoping that there are still some good choices there, which I'm sure there will be. I'm leaning towards hydrangeas, orchids, and maybe some hanging amaranthus. I'm looking for something maybe orange or magenta to put in there as well. We'll see how I'm feeling. Kind of hoping that I won't bump into a bunch of people today because I really need to stay focused. Here we go. Everything is bought and ready. I feel pretty confident, so let's get this show on the road. Okay guys, flowers are processed. We have some orchids in there and some hanging amaranthus. canvas in here that's dried. And this is what we're working with today. I think that we are all set with processing flowers. I can now finally take a breather. It's just me in here today, along with Lauren, who is taking meetings and doing some work next to me. This is my friend Rachel's studio, and she was kind enough to let me use it for today because it is extremely hot out today, which I guess is not that unusual for LA in October. But today we are working with a bunch of hydrangeas, so I want to keep it as cool as possible. Hence why it might be a little bit loud in this audio right now because we have the AC going on. But I'm just now building this arrangement, and she's a fairly tall girl. It is going to be a window display, so it has to be pretty grand and big, and the client wants it to be super structural, very architectural, and all white. If you know my work or you're familiar with my work, right now I am really into textured greenery, and most of my arrangements just look like very organic, very wild and airy and textured. So this is a bit out of my comfort zone, but I have made plenty of structural arrangements while freelancing for other florists before. So I think I'm just gonna go off of muscle memory in the past and see what comes out. I'm sure it's still gonna look like my work, and I'm excited to see how it all comes together. So let's keep it going. Anyways, the last time I took you guys with me to do some flowers, I noticed that a lot of you had a lot of questions about my overall journey and how I even began my career as a floral designer. I haven't ignored them. I've definitely kept them in mind, and I do want to go over some today. So the first and main question I had was, how did I start my career as a floral designer? Honestly, I don't have the most glamorous story of how I even got here. I feel like a lot of people expect people in the creative industry to have this grand epiphany or this monumental turning point in their life that caused them to go down a different route or quit their 9-to-5 or something like that, and that's just really not the story that I have for you guys. I worked as a cashier at a floral shop back on the East Coast since like 2016, I believe, or 2015 even. I'm not sure. The timeline gets kind of blurry as the years go by. But that's how I first was introduced to just how flowers work, how it operates, how things are priced out at shops. And then eventually I left to college, and I eventually also got kicked out of college and ended up coming back home. Basically what happened was the floral shop that I was working at as a cashier needed a florist on floor, and since they already knew that I knew the ropes of how things are priced or how to build a basic bouquet, that is how I jumped into this crazy industry, and that was my introduction to it. I think that job really is what fueled my drive to do things that are bigger with flowers. So that eventually drove me to move out of my parents' house and into a small Brooklyn apartment with like 3 other roommates just crammed in there. We just all had big dreams and aspirations, and I started working on shoots, building sets with flowers, and the rest is really all history from there. I really like what's going on over here. I think I'm gonna keep adding hydrangea to add more structure leaning this way, and then I'm gonna do the same with the mums going this way. She looks a little empty on top, but she's gonna be filled out soon. The second question that I got a lot in my DMs is, what advice would I give to someone starting out in this industry? I honestly would recommend getting a job at a floral shop or freelancing for another florist. Even if it's just the physical labor aspect of the gig that you're helping out with, you'll learn so much by just observing and being a part of the team. Also, make arrangements at home. Even if it's not a client buying them off of you, make them for yourself or for a friend or a neighbor. I feel like because this industry feels like the Wild Wild West, where there are no set rules in print, people kind of feel a little bit lost as to where to begin, and I completely understand that. But be ready to work hard. I think the most common misconception that people have about this industry is that it's easy, or it's glamorous, or it's pretty all the time, or my favorite word that people use, meditative. I think people fail to realize that this industry is very physically demanding. It requires all your early mornings and it requires a lot of physical strength. It's a lot of fun too, but be prepared when you are stepping into this and do not expect things to be smooth and easy all the time. If you put in the effort that's needed, you'll definitely see growth. I have some really pretty Spanish moss that I think I'm going to drape flowing down this way to kind of cover a little bit of the bare spots that are here. We got some of these really beautiful gloriosas and I'm just kind of poking them in there. Maybe put one like up here. Drape some dried, I draped some dried hanging amaranthus. And I love her. I'm gonna close this and come around. Okay, we are finished and we are out of here. Ooh, love you, Rachel. Okay guys, we just finished setting up at H. Lorenzo and now we are heading home. I'm gonna change, take a quick shower, and then we're gonna head back out for the party here. I believe it starts around 6:37, so I need to freshen up. Okay, so we just made it back home and I need to change out of this outfit really quick before heading back out to H. Lorenzo for the Well Done event. I fixed up my makeup a little bit, put a little bit of lip tint on, just trying to spruce up because I spent a lot of my morning running around the flower market, making this arrangement at the studio and just trying to have everything ready, and I'm trying to make up for it right now. So I am gonna go in my closet, try to figure out some options, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I come out with and decide from there. Okay, so I am stuck between two different skirts, but I do think I'm gonna go with these black Proenza shoulder mules that I got in Berlin. They're just plain black patent mules with a small kitten heel. Really cute, goes with everything. And then the two skirts that I'm stuck between are these two. The first one is by Sakai and it has this really cute ruffle detail and it kind of just like bubbles out. It's kind of like a bubble skirt and it's also black. So I don't know if this might just go with the overall outfit because it's black and black goes with everything. Then the second one is a skirt by J. Kim, who is also a Korean designer, and I chose a skirt because Well Done is also a Korean brand, so I just thought it would be on theme with everything. I love this skirt because it has these floral prints all over it. I'm honestly probably leaning more towards this one, but let's try on both. This is the Sakai skirt with the mules. I think it's really cute. I like the shape of it and how it just kind of like jumps out like the bubble skirt. Now let's try the J. Kim dress and see how we feel as opposed to this one. Okay. I think this is the one. I think I like the shape of this skirt more with this top for this event, and this maxi skirt is also a bit longer. The Sakai one reaches like right above my ankles, whereas this one goes all the way down and it kind of accentuates the pointiness of the mule. I think she might be the one and I'm excited. Okay, let's get my bag in order. I'm gonna touch up my makeup a little bit more and then we're gonna head out. So while I touch up my makeup, I wanted to answer the third question that I got in my DMs and also in my comments, and that would be, how do you gain clients, and more specifically the clients that you want? And This is a great question because this is something that I have also been figuring out in my own journey as a florist. I know a lot of people probably think that looking for the clientele that you want begins from the outside, but it really begins from what it is you're looking for. I think that it's important to know what your style is, what type of design you like, even outside of floristry. For me, it started with what type of furniture I like, what kind of wood I like in my home, what type of stones I like, what type of architecture I like. Do I like maximalism? Do I like minimalism? Looking up different types of interior designers, looking for what it is that I like to really figure out what type of client aligns with this type of style. You're gonna be surprised to see how just by figuring out what it is that you even like aesthetically and design-wise, your whole entire vision of what your ideal client looks like might even shift completely, because that's what happened to me. After doing all of that, you can start putting together a list of different brands, different business owners, different companies that align with your ideal clientele, and you can reach out to them. You can even do pop-ups in areas where you feel like your ideal clientele will be. I think everyone's outreach method looks different. I personally really like working in architectural spaces with a lot of great interior design work, so I would go to a lot of showrooms with different furnitures and network in spaces like that, or even walking into people's studio spaces where I know that there are artists who want to have their work in exhibitions. It's really all about putting yourself in positions or in environments where you would like to see your work. That's the best advice that I can personally give you. I think everyone's journey looks very different as to how they put themselves out there and gain clientele. Some people do ads on social media. Some people are way more well connected than others. It's really so different for every single person, and what works for somebody else is not always going to work for you either. And that's very important to keep in mind, because that's something that I battled with early on in my career. So yeah, I hope that whatever I said could help somebody out there. I would say keep going when it comes to this floral journey. It's a long and difficult journey. I don't want that to discourage anybody either, because the same can be said for any lane in the creative industry, or even outside of the creative industry too. It takes a lot of effort, but as long as you're making that effort, you'll always see the results. I think that my makeup is done and ready. It is, I don't even know what time it is, but it is definitely time to head out because we don't want to hit that crazy traffic on the way there. So I'm gonna grab my things and we are gonna make our way over to H. Lorenzo, and I'm excited to see how my flowers look in the nighttime, and I'm excited to see some friends and have some good drinks and food. So let's get out of here.
Where do we go from here? 'Cause I've been tired of moving forward. You don't focus anymore. Let's take things slow. 'Cause I don't wanna have to watch you go. I have enough love for both of us, but please don't leave before I wake. I want you to hold me in the morning. How can you just leave me with no warning? Sometimes when I'm alone, I still hear you talking.